Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Premier League news. Not just Chelsea news. We want to cover the match between Liverpool versus Man United as well. Very, very exciting second half. And that's the half that I got to see. I woke up and I started seeing the second half. As I said, quite a lot of interesting news. We've got some transfer news in regards to Keenan Dewsbury-Hall and Chukwuemeka. We'll talk about that. Where they going? Possibly coming from Matthew Law. We want to talk deeply and heavily in regards to Josh Acheampong. I don't think we've given enough time to Josh Acheampong and the kind of performance he provided against Crystal Palace. It really needs to be talked about a lot more. It needs to get a lot more praise. It needs to get a lot more attention because we dropped points against Crystal Palace. This particular player hasn't seen or heard enough from the fan base. And of course, as I said, Ahmad and Mohamed Salah doing a bit of a madness. We want to talk about Liverpool to Man United to Ahmad. For me, very, very special talent. Now, let's start things off with Anselmino, Josh Acheampong, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming straight from Chelsea. An impressive full Premier League debut from Josh Acheampong earned him his first Player of the Match award as voted for by our supporters. So I don't think he's officially the man of the match player against Crystal Palace, but from Chelsea supporters, he got the man of the match award. Look, for me, honestly, this performance that we saw from Josh Acheampong, yes, we need to calm ourselves down. Yes, we need to relax. Don't overhype too much. But I have to say, after that performance, it was clear as daylight for me that he is a better option than both Tosin and Desasi right now. We have a little bit of injury crisis in the back line in the likes of Wesley Fofana and Buddy Shield both being unavailable. And that's why we've had to sort of throw in players like Tosin and Desasi, who in recent times have shown that they can't be relied upon too much. Tosin had some good games here and there, but overall, I'm still not convinced with Tosin. There's just too much lackings. Yeah, aerially he might be good, but positional awareness, pace, all of that disarrays him big time. And Desasi, the less we talk about Desasi, the better it is. So Acheampong, for me, the performance against Crystal Palace, reassurance in defense. Do you know what I mean? He looked so assured. He looked so confident, not overconfident, but he looked composed. His ball playing was good, but most importantly, his defending was good. Some of our defenders, we talk a lot about their ball playing ability, and we kind of disregard the defending side of things, which is the primary objective for a defender. And Acheampong definitely showed good quality in defense. Young player, and he showed a lot of character, man. And Enzo Maresca said post-match, he's a very important player. They liked him from the get-go, straight away in the preseason. I'm so glad he signed the contract extension. I'm so glad that he sees that there is a future. 100% there is a future. You don't need to worry about Malo Gusto. You don't need to worry about Reece James. Reece James, every other day, he's injured anyway. Malo Gusto is someone who's this season hasn't been good, so he's got a point to prove, and he himself gets injured a lot. And now Acheampong is showcasing that he can play as a right back. We've seen him in the Conference League. He can play as a RCB. He can play as a CB. Seems like he's young, so we can mold him into whatever we want to mold him into. So big praise for Acheampong. I don't want to see Tosin and Desasi. I really don't. I know it's throwing the kid into the deep end, but right now this kid, he's shown me already in 90 minutes more than enough. And prior to that, even in the Conference League, he showed me good quality. So for me, there's no need to revert to Tosin and Desasi unless, we've got another injury, touch wood, we don't have any more, then fine, draft them back in. But if Acheampong is ready to go off the back of that performance against Crystal Palace, he needs to keep getting rewarded. I would hate to see Acheampong being benched now. I would like to see him play in the FA Cup match. And then after that, we've got Bournemouth. I'd like to see him start knowing that we're not going to still have Wesley Fofana back. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in regards to Acheampong. After all that money spent, it's a solution from our academy once again. Some of these academy players, of course, we need to look into a lot deeper. Not everyone's going to make it, but the best of the best, I've always said, will definitely make it. Let me know your thoughts in regards to Josh Acheampong. Do you agree that he needs to keep starting ahead of Tosin and Desasi? Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Keenan Dewsbury-Hall and Carney Chukwuemeka, some transfer news. Both of these players, they need to move on. Dewsbury-Hall, he's been injured recently, but he's never been part of the Premier League squad anyway. Even when he's fully fit, he doesn't make the bench. Carney Chukwuemeka is another one who doesn't make the bench. Both players are not favoured by Enzo Maresca, and if you're not favoured, it's time to move on. January window is here. Let's get a kick on. I mean, look, I don't know why we got Dewsbury-Hall. I keep saying the only reason that seems to me a bit logical or rational is the fact that we're trying to build some sort of business relationship with Leicester. You know, I scratch your back, you scratch my back kind of a relationship. They were under the pump in regards to PSR. We helped them out with pure profit of Keenan Dewsbury-Hall, who's an academy player of Leicester. And they helped us out a little bit with Michael Golding, who's an academy player of us. And maybe down the track, if there is a player that we want to get, we're trying to smooth things out and create a relationship with Leicester. So that's how I look at it. West Ham would like to sign a new midfielder this month with Chelsea pair Keenan Dewsbury-Hall and Carney Chukwuemeka on the club's radar. So, look, yeah, West Ham could do with some midfielders. They're in absolute mud at the moment. Lopetegui most likely going to get sacked over there. But yeah, they could do with a bit of freshness with Keenan Dewsbury-Hall and Carney Chukwuemeka. I rate Carney Chukwuemeka, to be honest. I rate him a lot. It's sad that he hasn't worked out at Chelsea Football Club because of several reasons: injuries, change of management, and just never getting that consistency. But there is a high-quality player there. Sad that we just simply don't have the space for Carney Chukwuemeka. And if he has to go, then it is what it is. And I wish him all the best. Keenan Dewsbury-Hall, I think, once again, yeah, there is a good player there. But honestly speaking, he's not Chelsea level. He really isn't Chelsea level. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in regards to Keenan Dewsbury-Hall and Chukwuemeka. Are you going to be upset if they move on and leave Chelsea Football Club? Where is your headspace at with these two players? And the fact that potentially West Ham is looking at them, coming from Matt Law, so you want to take him a little bit seriously when it especially comes to transfer news. Now, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about Liverpool versus Man United. I'm very shocked, firstly, how Man United managed to get 2-2, but after watching the second half, honestly, they probably deserved more than a draw. They played really well. I mean, look, maybe the draw was the right result. They defended well. They were resolute. They pressed well. They really gave Liverpool something to think about. Trent Alexander-Arnold, the similar situations again in defense is too wide open. A lot of memes were out there. Those people that were mocking those memes were out there in regards to Trent Alexander-Arnold, saying that, oh, you want to go to Real Madrid? I think it was Roy Keane who put out he didn't put out a tweet, but he was quoted to say that you think you're going to go to Real Madrid with that kind of defending? Yeah, think about Tranmere Rovers. That's where you're looking to go. Look, exciting second half, lots of goals. Goal from Bruno Fernandes, and then it was a lovely finish from Gakpo. At 1-0, I had a feeling Liverpool will come back, and they surely did. Mo Salah, inevitable with the penalty as well. Onana, he made the right dive, and it was whiskers away from saving that. But Mo Salah, once again, being inevitable. And then after that, Man United showed immense desire to come back. And Ahmad, for me, ladies and gentlemen, he's probably one of their best players. He's a special talent, man. This isn't a coincidence that he seems to pop up in key sort of moments and do the business for Man United. I saw recently against Manchester City as well. And since Ruben Amorim has taken over, it's been a tough run for Man United, but I think Ahmad has been their best player. So, yeah, look, big point one. Everyone expected Man United to be absolutely drubbed and thrashed and, to be taken some sort of a shellacking. But that's not what happened. And they get away with a point. And look, it doesn't really matter too much for Liverpool because Arsenal dropped. If anything, Arsenal are still the biggest losers of this weekend because they really should have tried to get the victory against Brighton and they could have made some ground. And now it's still even Stevens. Look, Man United are a special enigma, man. They're a bit of an enigma. Let's see what happens to them next week. They've showed up against Manchester City. They showed up against Liverpool. They seem to have a knack of showing up against bigger clubs. Signs of a small club mentality, showing up against bigger clubs only. But when it comes to crunch time against some of the teams that they should be putting away, they haven't been doing that under Ruben Amorim. Look, I know it's early days, and they've got a lot of problems. It's a mess. It's a mess in Man United. But yeah, Mohamed Salah as well, another goal. This guy just keeps stacking up the goals. Yeah, he's inevitable, man. This guy, goals and assists on a regular. And look, I felt in the second half he played all right. He played okay. But as I said, Man United, good performances from their defense as well. Xerxes made some important tackles right at the end as well. I don't know what he was doing in defense. Maguire was a very good standout performer as well in defense. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in regards to Liverpool 2, Man United 2. Very, very good point, I believe, won by Man United. Showed immense desire. Let's see what they do next up against whoever they play. It's all well and dandy to show up against Liverpool, but you got to do the business against the other teams. Let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, ladies and gentlemen, especially in regards to Josh Acheampong and the couple of transfer business news for Chelsea. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content, and check out my earlier stream today, the other content, 2 content pieces of content per day, hopefully, that we're going to try and produce every single day. Do check out the earlier stream today where we talked about Wesley Fofana and the drama that's been taking place with Wesley Fofana and Enzo Maresca. Do check that out. Until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye. See ya.